Okay, so this is the final match of the Friday night round robin. On the right, Thomas is flying Han Solo and Miranda. Miranda, of course, with the ever dangerous homing missiles and C-3PO. He's also flying Han Solo with Push the Limit and Kanan. On the left, Steve is flying the Commonwealth Defenders, as they're have been come to be known, with the one modification that Vessery is not using Juke. He is using a VI so that he gets a higher pilot score for maybe a shot before another pilot gets to shoot back at him. Steve is employing a tactic that he has been doing much of the night, in that he is bringing his Palpmobile into combat early, hoping to force a joust that has all 6 of his red dice aiming at one target, in the hopes that he can put enough damage onto one target to cripple it early, and putting his opponent on the defense early in the match if his opponent allows him to get that joust. Thomas, on the other hand, looks like he is utilizing the debris in his favor, which is a good tactic against the defenders, considering their movements are so limited to essentially straight maneuvers and 3-turn maneuvers. Forcing the defenders into a debris combat severely limits their ability to token up and still be combat effective. It looks like Steve is still pushing up the field of combat. It looks like he is trying to force the game to happen in an area that benefits him, specifically along the edges where the debris is not, so that he has plenty of room to do his K turns and 3 turns. It looks like Thomas 3 banks and is maybe contemplating a slam, which would not be a bad move in this circumstance, considering if he did, he will not have any shots in retaliation. But it looks like he chooses to sit still. And of course, Han Solo with his slow creep, moving in right behind Miranda. Okay, it looks like Steve decided to bump his own ship there and get stressed out. Maybe trying to reposition for a better next move. He did a 2-turn towards the top of the board. I'm sure looking to better position himself for the joust to come, because it looks like Thomas is forcing the issue of having combat happen in the middle of the board where the debris is. Steve's next pilot, Ryad, is 3 straight, or 3K. Again, looks like he's positioning for hoping to have that combat happen in the large area where there is not debris, so that he can continue to maintain his maneuverability during combat. And Vessery, of course, 4K, I'm sure much for the same reason, for positioning for that combat so that hopefully it does not happen inside of that debris field. Looks like Thomas has decided to... Is that a 2-bank? 2-bank. Not a bad conservative move. Again, preparing for positioning for combat. And he slams to the right. Alright, getting himself even closer, and that's not a bad slam considering there will be no one there to fire back at him. Han Solo, of course, still creeping along, waiting to finding opportunity for himself to engage in combat. The one turn, of course, giving him a nice pathway through those asteroids to quickly engage in combat the next turn. Okay, looks like dials are set. Now, I believe a misplay is about to happen here. OGP's last move was a 2-turn, which should have been a stress, so he should not have been able to all-stop here, but, you know, if it wasn't caught during the match, no harm, no foul. So we have an all-stop from the OGP, just giving him the stress and staying in place. Ryad, of course, with the 3-turn in. Obviously a barrel roll to get out of the way of Vessery, and then more than likely a target lock, giving him a target lock and an evade token. Vessery should follow suit, returning, getting the evade token, and then also taking the focus so that he is fully tokened with a target lock. Okay, so now Thomas's turn. Let's see what the K-Wing does. 2-turn. And if he clears that asteroid, that will be a very, very, very good move for him. This will give him the opportunity to target lock one of those defenders and prepare a what could be a 5-dice homing missile at an unsuspecting... Oh, that's a good move. That's a good move. Regardless, he's not tokened, and the homing missile ignores the evade token. Now, this is a bad move on Thomas's part, landing himself on the rock. He could have gone straight, and very easily gone straight, and still maintained combat, but that's okay. If this missile pays off for Thomas, this could be very, very bad position for Steve to be in. Okay, so looks like first shot's going to go to it looks like Steve has the initiative, so his Vessery will fire first. He's going to, looks like, turn that into 3 hits. Now, I'm assuming we're going to get 0 here for Thomas and only take 1 or 2 of those shields. Now that's good. Now that still allows Thomas to spend the shield if he is that brave of a man and throw 5 dice at Ryad, which, what fun is it if you don't take chances, right? There you go, Thomas. Alright, there we go. 5 dice, and he gets to spend that target lock on any misses. So let's see what he does here. Rolls. Okay, can't tell what he has, but he's going to pick up 2 and re-roll them. And he's going to guidance chip one of them, hopefully into a hit. This is where Steve doesn't understand that he does not have to spend that target lock. So, but once the rules are understood, yep, that's me over there with some pizza in my mouth, explaining how that works. And let's see what Thomas walks out with. So he has a hit. He has another one, and he has another one. And where's your guidance chip? Oh, I guess he does not have it. So anyways, 4 hits. Gets to spend 1 focus. Palpatine 1. Or maybe, oh, I think he rolled blanks. Oh, he doesn't have a focus, so he had to Palpatine 1, dropping the shields in 1 hit, and when for the Commonwealth defenders, that can be a very critical hit indeed. Ryad returning fire, 2 hits, 3 hits. Takes 1, and then into hole. 1 hit into hole. So it looks like he evaded one of them. So that is a very good outcome for. And it does not look like he has arc, so that was a very good outcome for Thomas. Good job, Thomas. I love watching homing missiles just throttle the Empire. It's always a fun thing to watch. Now Thomas is in a good position here because while he is one in the hole, he can run and start to regain those shields. So we'll have to see what he does with this next few maneuvers. But Thomas is definitely in a good position here because he can bring Han Solo into the fight next, and he can run Miranda off and regain those shields. Like you guys, this is the first time I'm watching this match. I was in the middle of beating up on JP while this match was going on. So, but so far very exciting. But let's see how it turns out. Okay, so next round, and of course the OGP has to do a green maneuver, hoping to turn those sights in on a target to get those 3 dice blasting at somebody regardless of modifications. That's always a good thing to have. Let's see, so Ryad, with her ability to K-turn at any speed she would like to, chooses to do a 3 straight with a K-turn. It looks like she's preparing to try to trap that K-wing to finish it off. She will, of course, token up, and will she push the limit? She will not. She kept the target lock from the last round. This looks like a 4K, obviously, because why not? And does that look like a rock? I cannot tell from here, and it kind of does. And And are they calling rock on that? No, they are not. Alright. So, Miranda, if she is a slick little devil, turns in. Let's see what kind of trouble Thomas can get himself into with that one. Now he could K-turn and lose 2 arcs for sure, and maybe 3. Or not K-turn, I'm sorry. He could slam and lose all of those arcs potentially. But again, Thomas is a brave little train, and there's a good chance he might decide to stay there and tough it out. Nope, there he goes. That's a good maneuver. That should get him out of there. You go. Well, he might still have arc on one of them, but that is better than arc on 3 of them. Han Solo. 2 turn in. We'll give him a nice range 1 shot on Vessery. Although, blasting Ryad might not necessarily be a bad thing either. Of course, if you get a range 1, you might as well take the range 1, right? Well, if nothing else, he'll strip that focus token off of there. Alright, so 4 dice coming from Thomas. Rolls his 4 dice. He has 1 hit, he has 2 hits, he has 3 hits, and he has 4 hits with the focus. And what do we get here? So he's spending some tokens, and does he dodge? Oh, loses 1 shield, alright. So a good exchange from Thomas. Dropping 1 shield off of Vessery, and like he had hoped, he has no shots there. Now the OGP does have a range 3, which isn't the end of the world. He's unmodified, and there is a C-3PO on board, so there's 1 hit, and all he has to do is guess none, and regardless of what he gets, there's no hits. Okay, that was a good round for Thomas. Good exchange, good round of exchanges for Thomas. Looks like we have our dials set, and we are ready for our next round of movement. OGP looks to continue his pursuit and make best use of those cannons, since Thomas is not making any effort to put any damage on the shuttle. That is a good tactic by Steve. 3 turn in is interesting. He's not going to get any tokens, but he will get his evade token. He must be setting up for his next round of combat, and then, or he might be getting out of the way of Vessery. And Vessery, oh, it's a 1 bank. Interesting. Interesting set of movement there for the Empire. Miranda. Let's see what she can do to get out of arc here. Looks like she might just make that. They really should mark that ship just to make sure, but looks like they're just gonna let it go. Oh, nope, she's gonna hit. Okay, so still no shots, but she will have the opportunity to TLT that OGP and get that shield that she needs back. Now this is going to be interesting here for Thomas, because Vessery does not have an evade token. All he has is that focus token, so he has the potential to really kind of throttle in there. We'll see what he decides to do here. Of course, with Ryad smoking over there, that is always a valid shot as well. So Thomas should be firing first. Yep, there he goes. He's going to go after Vessery. Not a bad move. 4 dice. he rolls. And let's see what he walks himself into here. So he spends his target lock and his focus, and he will walk out with 3 hits. Not bad. 3 dice, and looks like he dodged. Now, if he Palpatined for that, he still does have Miranda who can fire back into him. But we'll see. 3 dice into Miranda. Oh, he's firing. Vessery's firing into 4 hits, 3 hits, 1 evade, 2 shields. Still a very healthy Han Solo in combat here. So the smart thing to do here would be to get his shield back for Miranda, but. And yeah, shoot it right at it. What are you doing here? Let's see. So there's 3 or 2. So he takes 1. I don't know who he was shooting at there. I guess he was shooting at Murad. Or shooting at Vessery. Okay. Looks like Ryad fired 2 into, and it looks like he took 1. So clean bout of combat. Looks like OGP is going to get a shot. It looks like he wants to get some shots on Han Solo. Here comes me to save the day, and they are crazy. That is nowhere in arc, so he'll have to shoot on Miranda. This is where I think Miranda should have got her shield back. That's defensive for her. She wants to get them all back before she re-engages. 1 dice, and that's nothing. So he guesses 0 and doesn't take anything, and no damage through for Miranda. Okay, so next round, dials have been laid down. And let's see what we do here. So the OGP goes first. And they're discussing instead of flipping dials. So, flip a dial and let's see where that shuttle goes. And it goes nowhere probably. I would not doubt. There you go. Very fancy maneuver for the shuttle. Just sit there and do nothing. Alright, let's see, Ryad. Maybe a 3K would be interesting. Look at there. 3K. Maybe hoping for a block. Or maybe hoping to be behind Han Solo if he 2 turns. And then Vessery, maybe a 3 in if that is what he is expecting him to do. He's thinking about the barrel roll, I think. Tough choices for Steve. He knows he is on the ropes. Still a very close game, but Han Solo very healthy, and that is troublesome for Steve's defenders. Yep, he's going to push the limit, and he is going to barrel roll. Just in case he did, maybe a 1 straight or a 1 turn, and he would block 3 turn. That's a good move. Yeah. Again, if he thinks that he did a 2 turn, that is a good. I don't know if he's going to fit in there. No, I don't think he's going to fit. He's going to stop right on the back front side of that. You're not fitting in there. Back up, 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 back up. Oh, of course. Thomas. Okay, so there you go. Alright. So that's still probably a very good position for Steve to be in, because I could only imagine he did a 1 straight or a 1 turn. 1 straight would be probably the most beneficial for... Why is he moving him first? Miranda moves first. Turn that over. There you go. And that's a good move for him. That means only 1 shot's coming his way, and that also means that he has a nice, maybe range 1 shot on Vessery. Oh, he's trying to K-turn. Interesting. Alright. Miranda. Again, this is where Miranda has 2 shots and should get 1 of her shields back. Because at this point she would have 2 shields. But I'm not on the top table, so my opinion means nothing. Shh. Alright, focus. Okay, Han Solo. Check your range there, because that might be a range 1 shot. One thing that Thomas has not been doing is been using his Han Solo ability just to reroll everything. And no, I don't know that has presented itself, but that would keep you from target locking. There is 1, there is 2, there is 3, and there is 4. That is an amazing roll from Thomas. Now, we just need a whiff out of... Is that a whiff? So it looks like a whiff. It looks like Vessery might be taking 2 damage. And 1's a crit. And that is a good exchange for Thomas. 1 hit, 1 crit into Vessery. A shieldless Ryad. And yes, Vessery gets to acquire the target lock and reroll. And 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. And I will tell you, in this tournament, people's rolls have been amazing. So there's 1 shield. Let's see how many. One. Oh, crit. Let's see what he gets. And another crit. So 2 crits went through on Han Solo. Han Solo's on fire. Alright, let's see what Miranda does. Miranda, get your shield back there. And she does not. She spends her focus token, I do believe. Good roll, though. Those are blanks. That's 1. That's 1 hit. Oh, I wonder if his crit was a major hull breach. That would be disgusting. Oh, that would be disgusting if that was a major hull breach. Oh, another 3 hits. Wow, Thomas is rolling fantastic with a TLT shot. Now they're complaining about the box that I built. Build your own box. How about that? And 1 hit, and that's a dead Vessery. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what Steve does with the rest of his ships here. He does have a shot from the OGP onto Miranda, if you'd like to take it. Okay, now we are back to dials, and Steve is down 1 Vessery. Thomas's ships are burning, and Ryad has no shields left, so. The shuttle 1 Banks, looking for an opportunity to continue to fire on Miranda. This looks like a 5K possibly. Probably anticipating a 1 turn from Thomas, but with Kanan he will drop that stress for sure. Alright, Miranda, let's see what you do. It's gonna be a 2 turn. It's interesting. He could slam out of the way there and be in perfect position to light up Ryad the next round, which would be very smart, because then the OGP could never turn around again and would effectively be out of the fight. So, but we'll see what he does here. And he can also slam into the OGP, which I was not aware of, but since it is a move maneuver, you can actually run into other ships with it, so that is a thing now. He put his dial down. He should have slammed. I didn't catch that, but that's okay. If they're gonna let it play, they're gonna let it play. A 2 turn. That is ballsy, considering that can be off the board, but he can drop that stress. Now he can focus and target lock onto Ryad, and hopefully blow through that stack of tokens and do some damage to Ryad with 2 ships bearing down on him. Steve is trying to find the dice that actually roll evades, and I'm going to laugh that he picked up all of the dice that rolled evades and then they all roll blanks. Like an evade would have been appropriate. Since he can this Han Solo re-roll everything, I would have just evaded, maybe in that circumstance. Okay, let's see what shots do here. So let's go range 2 on Ryad. Three dice. There you go, Han Solo them. Toss them again. And see if you draw 3 hits out of them. There you go. That's how you Han Solo it. 3 hits. He needs... Those look like blanks. So... he is going to Palpatine one of them, obviously. He is going to spend his token, obviously, and he is going to take a hit, obviously. So, what's that leave Ryad with? A TLT shot coming? If both of these go through... then this is essentially game over for Steve. Oh, he target locked him. He is firing homing missiles. Good for you, Thomas. Is it 4 hits? Is it 4 hits? Be 4 hits. That is 4 hits. That is ridiculous. That is a dead riot, and I have no doubt about that. 1, 2. Yep. Now, for the sake of the rest of the game, since this game is over, and I know that Steve would like to probably kill that K-Wing, and that is fine, but points do not matter, and that effectively ends this match. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Thomas. He played a fantastic game. He got a fantastic group of treats to take home with him. We passed out some goodies, some tokens, some cards. There was beer and pizza for all, and everyone had a good time. We hope to see you guys next Friday. Actually, next Friday is close to Christmas, but future Fridays, since our Fridays, we're trying to turn our Fridays into something a little bit more exciting. We are going to go out with a bang. Almost every Friday we get the opportunity, so that everyone can come, have fun, good competition, learn, and just play some solid X-Wing. To note, there were 2 brand new guys in this tournament. They got to play on the 3rd table and have an opportunity to win cards and tokens as well. So if you're watching this on the channel and you feel like you just want to come out and play, this is a friendly group of X-Wing players who are love to teach. Don't feel intimidated by any of it. It's good and fun, and you never know when you're going to win yourself a match and wind up on YouTube and be YouTube hero. Thanks for watching. See you guys.